Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Washington Council for High School College Relations Virtual College Planning Day. We're at a nice little virtual college fair here powered by StriveScan. My name is Sibel Rasim. I'll be your facilitator for today's session. A couple things before we get started. Obviously, we all know that time flies when you're having a good time. We have about 35 minutes on the clock here to learn about three amazing institutions and everything that they have to offer. But remember, this is just an appetizer, so you're going to hear a little bit about them. But obviously, they will give you some awesome information in the chat, as well as other parts of their institution, whether that's their contact information or links they want you to check out in the chat. So go ahead and follow up with them afterwards. Now, a couple other things I want to mention here besides the chat is you're going to want to ask questions. You cannot do so in the chat. You're going to be asking those questions using that Q&A button in your Zoom toolbar to type in your questions to the presenters at any time. It's super important that you don't wait until the last minute to ask those questions. So please make sure you're asking those questions at any time. And also, please do us a favor and go ahead and put the institution's name within the question so we all know who the question goes to. Once again, the panelists cannot see or hear you. You're muted and your video is turned off. So it's important they use that Q&A, but also, again, check the chat. Although you cannot interact back and forth with the presenters, you can definitely check the chat because, again, they'll be putting some amazing links in there for you to check out. Also, sign up for more sessions. This is one out of many, many college presentations that are offered. So there are more sessions happening for the next time slot that you can sign up for. And last but not least, if you'd like to relive the fun with us, or maybe mom or a friend or grandma or dad wants to check out these institutions with you, they can definitely relive the fun with you because all these sessions are being recorded and all of them will be available within the next few business days at strivescan.com/WASH Council. Now, without further ado, I'd love to get started. Our first institution is Gonzaga University.
Hey all, my name's Nate. I'm with Gonzaga, and I am just getting set up here. So pardon me while I start sharing my screen here. But super excited to be here with y'all. Happy to answer any questions that I possibly can for y'all. And I want to just do a quick overview of who Gonzaga is. So let's present here, and hopefully y'all are seeing what you need to be seeing. But we are Gonzaga University. We're a Jesuit Catholic university located over here in Spokane, Washington. We've got about 5,000 undergraduate students, so it's a nice medium-sized school. You know, it's a really active student community, a really kind of traditional four-year college campus. Our students live on campus and play on campus and study on campus. Let's first just kind of talk about generally what makes us different or what we're trying to accomplish. First and foremost, we have a focus on academic excellence. We have to get you the best academic training we possibly can. We have over 75 different academic programs. We're consistently ranked in the top 100 of national universities in the entire country. So what we need you to do and what we need to do for you is provide you an opportunity to truly learn whatever it is that you're passionate about learning. The way we do this education is a little different. It's not just listening to some old guy tell you what to think about something, right? It's about you learning by doing. It goes to the second idea of being contemplatives in action. We are called to be in constant reflection on the world around us while also using what we learn from that reflection to put it into action. There's a great saying in Gonzaga's education and Jesuit education that your education is not meant for you alone. It is meant to make change in this world, and that's what we want you to do. But if all you are is a great doctor or a great engineer, we failed you, right? We need you to be a great leader as well, leader in your community, leader in your household, leader in your at your employment. And to learn leadership, you have to do leadership. So we want you to get involved on campus to understand, that there is more to just learning in the classroom. There is tons to learn outside the classroom as well. And we have over 140 clubs and organizations for you to be a part of, over 1,200 designated student leaders on campus. So this idea of leadership development is really important. And then finally, The whole point of our education is so that we're called to be people for and with others. What are we doing every single day to make the world a better place? What are we doing every single minute to help those that have been marginalized by society? So it's this overarching idea of social justice, of being people for and with others. That is truly what it is that we're about here at Gonzaga. We're located in Spokane, Washington. You can see our campus here. Downtown Spokane's right on the other side of the river. Spokane is the second largest city in the state of Washington. We've got about 800,000 people in the metro area. So it's got everything that you want out of a city: great shopping, great dining, a great downtown, great employment opportunities. The weather is a little bit different than it is over on the west side. Those of y'all here from eastern and central Washington know we get a lot more sunshine. We don't have nearly as much rain. We're also within an hour-and-a-half drive of 5 ski resorts, awesome mountain biking, rock climbing, great outdoor opportunities. And again, where we're located is downtown Spokane. It's just right across the river from us. Some of y'all may have participated in Bloomsday or Hoop Fest in the past, but there's some really great community events that our students get to be a part of there. So who are we? First, it's really important to know all are welcome on campus. Whatever your race, your religion, your ethnicity, your sexual orientation, your gender identity, we want you to feel welcome and supported on campus. I think one thing that's pretty neat is 83% of our students are coming from over 200 miles away. So our students, they don't commute to campus. They stay on campus. They play on campus. They study on campus. Our size at 5,200, it allows us to be big enough to have some of those really great opportunities that these large schools can offer, but it's small enough. Your average class size is 22, and 100% of your classes are taught by professors. It's also, we'll talk about financial aid later, but 99% of our students receive some sort of scholarship or financial aid. Again, we can see average class size here. We're really, really proud of our outcomes, our retention rate, our 4-year graduation rate, our post-grad success rate. So our students, they find a home and they retain on campus. They graduate within 4 years. This is an incredibly high number when compared to the national average. And then within 6 months of graduation, 94% of them are either fully employed or in graduate school. Our faculty are also nationally renowned for their ability to teach. They're ranked 17th in the entire country. So of all national universities in the entire country, Gonzaga's faculty are ranked amongst the best teachers. And they get to know you. Those small class sizes allow you to be supported, allow you to be mentored, and allow you to be connected to those next steps in life. I want to talk about our admission process. So we are test optional. If you take an ACT or an SAT and you want to submit it, feel free to do that, but it by no means is that required. You can see our unweighted GPA is between about a 3.55 and a 3.91. And one application deadline, December 1st. You would apply through the common application. We try and make this as easy as we can. There is direct admission into nursing and engineering. If you're interested in nursing or if you're interested in engineering, you have to apply directly to those programs. We want you to connect with us, right? So even if you have any lower grades, of course we want to connect with you, but just generally I think we can be really, really helpful to interact. There's so many great virtual visit options right now, options to connect with our faculty, with our current students. In fact, on Saturday, so this Saturday on the 24th, we have a virtual preview day coming. So we want you to connect with us in ways so that we can help you through this process. Financial aid, 99% of our students receive some sort of scholarship or financial aid. We need you to complete the FAFSA if you're able to. If you aren't able to complete the FAFSA, we also accept the WASFA, as well as we have a needs analysis form. We have scholarships that you can apply to by January 1st. Our average financial aid package is right around $34,000. 99% of our students receive scholarship or financial aid. I know it can be terrifying to look at a private school and say, who in the world can afford to go there? we want to make sure that the answer to that is you, right? Especially for our students, like if you're college bound, if you are eligible for the Pell scholarship, which might not, or Pell grant, which might not mean a heck of a whole lot to you right now, but basically our lower income students here in the state of Washington, we give full tuition scholarships too. So there's a ton of financial aid available to our students, and we want you to know that Gonzaga can be accessible. I have a couple minutes left. I want to talk about some of our academic programs. We're broken down into colleges. Popular majors over in the College of Arts and Sciences are going to be our health sciences, so like pre-med, pre-dent, pre-physical therapy, that sort of thing, biology, biochemistry, chemistry. Our social sciences like psychology, sociology, political science. Our students, they get to learn by doing, they get to apply this knowledge throughout. We've got our own, TV studio and podcasting network, and it's all about applying that knowledge, great research opportunities. We have a really strong School of Business, consistently ranked in the top 10% of all business schools in the entire country. You either major in business administration or you major in accounting. Really great internship opportunities, great opportunities to again, learn by doing throughout. School of Education, for those of y'all that want to get into education, we have a 4-year teacher certification program, so you can do it in 4 years, or we've got master's programs as well if you want to take that 5th year and get a master's program. We've got programs in kinesiology, special education, community culture and language, sports management, as well as various teaching certifications. We also have a strong School of Engineering and Applied Sciences, and you can see those majors: computer, mechanical, civil, electrical engineering, as well as computer science, consistently ranked a top 25 undergraduate engineering program in the country. We're in the midst of building a brand new integrated science and engineering facility that we are excited about. It will be open this October, so by the time you get to campus, and then those of y'all interested in nursing or human physiology, really, really strong programs there. So I think my time is up. I'm going to call it there. Let me see if I can stop sharing my screen and hand it off to the next presenter.
Awesome, thank you so much. If you have any questions for this institution, go ahead and please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have the Evergreen State College.
Hello, everybody. My name is Carl Forbes, and I am going to present to you on Evergreen this morning. Okay, my screen looks like it's up. At least I've got my fingers crossed that you guys can see it too. So
You're good to go, Carl.
Oh, fantastic. Good. Then let me introduce you to Evergreen. So Evergreen was founded in 1967. However, we didn't actually begin operations until 1971. So yes, if you can count, you see that right now we're in 2021. We're on our 50th anniversary. Very excited about that. A lot of excitement on campus, a lot of conversation between our faculty, our staff, and our students about how to celebrate our first 50 years and how to launch us into our next 50 years. So this is a great time to visit, great time to join the Evergreen family. We are one of 6 public institutions in the state of Washington. So when you think public, you think affordable. So hopefully that is the case for you, because we are definitely one of the more affordable schools in the state. If you take a look at the campus, you see wooded land everywhere. We have over 1,000 acres of woodland, and only 250 acres of our campus is actually developed, which means that we have unspoiled forest. So if you're interested in getting into nature, if you're interested in environmental studies and having your classroom be the outdoors, Evergreen is definitely a good choice for you. We have both baccalaureate and master's programs. However, at Evergreen, you don't choose a major, and we'll get into that in just a little bit. I did not attend Evergreen, so when I talk about Evergreen, I talk about it from the perspective of somebody who did not attend. And what I find is that Evergreen is a very unique institution. In fact, it's one of the differentest places that I've ever seen. That's right, one of the differentest places that I've ever seen. Don't tell anybody that you heard that from the Evergreen guy, though. But what makes us unique is what I'm going to highlight right now. First off, as I mentioned, we have no majors. There's no list of courses that you have to take in order to earn a degree at Evergreen. So because there's no list of courses that you have to take, you get to choose whatever courses that you want. So you really make your program your own. You go through and you pick the courses that you want to take throughout your entire experience. There are some choices that you have to make. So I mean, it's not like it's a lawless and ruleless society. There are some choices that you have to make. First of all, do you want to earn a Bachelor of Arts or do you want to earn a Bachelor of Science degree? If you want to earn a Bachelor of Science degree, you are going to have to take um, a certain number of credits in math and science. Computer science also counts in that grouping. If you don't want to take those science courses, or if you want to avoid math for the rest of your life, you can get a Bachelor of Arts. It's that easy of a decision. Every student also creates an academic statement, and that academic statement becomes your title page or your introduction to your transcript, and it kind of gives a justification for why it was that you took the courses that you took. So it's an opportunity for you to have direct input into what you take and talk to the people who are looking at your transcript to say why you took the courses that you did. The second thing that's really unique about Evergreen is that you get a really simple schedule. What I mean by that is that at a conventional college, you'll take 4 or 5 different courses in a semester or in a quarter, and it's up to you to try to figure out how to connect those things together. Why did you take this particular course and things like that? At Evergreen, all of your subjects are in one multi-subject interdisciplinary model, one course like that, which means you only take one course at a time. And that one course that you take is a full-time course. Usually it's team taught with multiple faculty members, which means that the faculty to student ratio in most of your courses is somewhere around 8 or 10 to 1 in a course, because of the fact you have 2 or 3 different faculty. So that's important to know too. So that means you're going to get to know your faculty and several faculty in your course really, really well, because you spend every day with these faculty for something like 10 weeks. I shouldn't say something like, it is 10 weeks. What happens in class, because of the fact that you're in one class for 10 weeks, if you had to do it all by lecture, it would probably be really difficult. Well, at least for many people, not for me. I'm an auditory learner, so lecture works well for me, but that doesn't work the same for everybody else. So for those students who like to work with their hands and they're better with hands-on activities, some of your classes are going to be in workshop style. For those students who learn better from reading the material and then coming in and discussing it, some of your classes are going to be seminar style. There are some people who learn better in the field, and for those students, field trips are also there. There are some students who learn best individually in a lab or in a studio situation, and so we have that set up. And then there are some students who learn best cooperatively, so we have group-based learning as well. So all of these are happening in each course that you take, and you'll meet several times a week. And in some of those meetings, it'll be one way, some of those meetings, it'll be another way. But that way we can, if you know that you're a different type of learner, or if you prefer one particular style to another, this is the kind of place where you know, okay, on Tuesday, this is going to be really speaking to me. On Wednesday, I might have to work a little bit harder. At Evergreen, and this is a quick vocabulary lesson for you, we have 4 different types of educational experiences. Well, I should say 5, because we also have study abroad. But programs are the individual courses that you take, because each one of your courses is a multi-subject interdisciplinary program. And like I said, usually with multiple faculty members. So that's what a program is. So if you ask a student at Evergreen, what program are you in? They're not going to tell you about their overarching thematic grouping of the courses that they've taken. They're going to tell you about what's happening right now, what they're doing right now. But we do have individual courses, because there are some students that need to take those. Medical schools are very prescriptive about what they want students to take in order to go to med school. So in that, we have those separate courses for med school students that want to go to med school and dental school and things like that. We also have individual learning contracts, and we have internships. Individual learning contracts are an opportunity for the student to really delve and dig deep into what it is that they're studying, and they get to write that coursework with the help of a faculty member. So that gives you the opportunity to really focus in on what it is that you want to do. What's your passion project? What is it that you're trying to accomplish? You can do that. Work with a faculty member to come up with the learning outcomes, and then you go off and you do those learning outcomes and you get the credit for the work. And we also have internships. The last thing is that we have no letter grades. A lot of people get really confused by that. How do I know how I'm doing and things like that? And you work really closely with your faculty members. But if you think about it, what exactly does an A or a B or a C tell you about what you know and what you're able to do? Our narrative evaluations give you that opportunity where your faculty evaluates you. They talk about the learning outcomes that you get at the beginning of the course and how you measure up to that. You meet during the course, in the middle of the course, to actually find out, how are you measuring up? Are you earning all of your credit? And then at the end, you sit down for an evaluation with one or multiple faculty members to talk about how exactly you did. You also evaluate yourself, and you write an evaluation for yourself to talk about how you did in this particular course. How did you meet those objectives? What were you expecting in the course? And that gets attached to your faculty evaluation. You also evaluate your faculty, because your faculty need to know how they're doing too. So you write up about an evaluation that talks about how they address the learning objectives. How did they teach? How did that work with you? And that kind of thing. So you give them that feedback too. So there's a constant loop of feedback that's happening, and a lot of communication that's going on throughout your course. I want to stop for a moment to talk about your application and how you apply to Evergreen. At Evergreen, we are on the common application, and we also have our own individual application on our website. There is a $50 application fee. Most of our students apply the traditional way, but we do have a test optional way. If you're sending in a traditional application, you complete our application online. You also have to have your official transcript sent from any high school and college that you may have attended while you were in high school, or if you're a student who's in college now, we need those college transcripts as well, and they have to be official. They can't be unofficial. We also need your official ACT or SAT scores, and your essay is optional. However, if you choose to be test optional, once you complete your application, that could be your Evergreen application or your Common App. Once you submit that, we still need your official transcripts, but instead of your scores, we'll need your personal statement or your or essay that you write. And the best essay for me is, who are you? Where are you right now in life? And what is it that you're trying to accomplish? That is it for us. So thank you very much for tuning in. And now it's time to go on to our next college.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, excuse me, for the Evergreen State College, go ahead and please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have Cascadia College.
Hello, everyone. So I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen here. Okay. So I'm super excited to be connecting with you all today and give you a bit of information about Cascadia College. My name is Nina. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm a program coordinator in outreach. I actually was also a student at Cascadia. So I got my associate's degree there, and then I transferred over to UW-Bothell, where I'm finishing up my bachelor's degree. Also joining us today is Mima from Cascadia for support to monitor your questions in the chat. So I'll let her introduce herself super quick. If she's able to. Okay, that's all right. So yeah, Mima is here. She can answer questions, so feel free to type them in the chat. So just to give a quick overview of Cascadia College, it is part of the Washington Community and Technical College system. It is located in Bothell, and our campus is co-located with the University of Washington, Bothell. But we are separate institutions with separate instructional buildings. The great thing about this is that we get to share some resources with them. Also, our class size average is about 24 students per class. So that just gives you a closer opportunity to connect with professors and your fellow classmates. We are also considered a transfer specialist, meaning that we are mainly focused on getting you transferred to a 4-year university after completing your associate's degree. So I'll be going over these things a little bit more further on in the presentation. So with getting started, first, I just want to say that even though most of our resources are currently online, we really want to emphasize that we're still here just in an online environment. And we really want to help you stay focused on your educational goals, whatever they might be. And so to get started, first you would want to apply for admissions, which is free to apply, no application fee. And there are no GPA or test score requirements, so you don't need to share your SAT or ACT scores if you don't want to. You can apply anytime throughout the year, so as soon as today, even if you wanted to, you could do that. And after you apply for admissions, we look at your transcripts, or you can take the AccuPlacer test to determine your placement in English and math. Next, we encourage you to apply for financial aid, so the FAFSA or the WASFA, as well as the Aroha Emergency Grant Fund that we have, which can help with up to $500 of support per quarter for educational needs. And lastly, you would want to sign up for an orientation and registration session called CORE, and this is where staff will help you get ready and register for your classes. After you're registered for your classes, you'll want to pay tuition before the tuition deadline. As for cost, Cascadia's tuition and fees for Washington residents are about $4,452 per year if you are a full-time student. So this adds up to be just under $1,500 per quarter. So we're pretty affordable compared to other colleges in the state. And we have virtual services through Zoom and email listed on our website, which you could find at cascadia.edu/virtual. So you could connect with us, the outreach team, or enrollment services, admissions, advising. We also have disability support services available for students who need accommodations. So next, just a little bit about the Cascadia College Foundation Scholarship. We encourage every Cascadia student to apply for the Cascadia Foundation Scholarship. Typically 1 in 3 applicants are awarded, so your chances are high of getting some money for college. And the deadline to apply for this year has already passed, but please keep a lookout for next year. The deadline is usually set in March, and you can check out more information on it at cascadia.edu/scholarships. So this is our list of the programs and areas of interest that we have. So as I mentioned, we are a transfer specialist, meaning we focus on transfer degrees to get you transferred over to a university when you're done at Cascadia. We also have some professional and technical degrees that typically go right into the workforce. And we do also have a couple of bachelors of applied science 4-year degrees as well. So you can always check out our website or email us with any questions to find out more about our degrees. But they are pretty wide open. There's a lot to choose from. They all kind of act as umbrellas. So you can, choose whatever you're interested in and go from there. And we also, I should mention, we also have advisors, academic advisors that can help you along that journey as well. So really quick, just going to mention Running Start. We do offer Running Start where you can earn college credit as a high school student. It is tuition free, which is awesome. There are still some fees that Running Start students pay. But other than that, free tuition. You must be a high school junior or senior to be in Running Start. So if you're coming up on that and you're thinking about it, you could always check that out. You can find out more information on the web page, which is cascadia.edu/running-start. They also have an email, runningstart@cascadia.edu, to find out more. So just a little bit about the student life and resources. There are tons of ways to get involved as a Cascadia student. We have many clubs available for students to join, or you could even start a new club. This is a really good way to stay connected with other students and make friends. We also are currently still hosting events online where you can meet people and oftentimes get a chance to win fun prizes. There's the opportunity to work in our student government if you wanted to, like if you're looking for a paid leadership role, that's a really great opportunity to consider. And as I mentioned before, we do share quite a few resources with UW-Bothell since we are co-located with them. So as a Cascadia student, you would have access to the entire University of Washington library system, including the UW-Bothell Library on campus that we have. The Activities and Recreation Center, or we call it the ARC for short, is a shared building between Cascadia and UW-B. So the top floor is open to students for studying. There's also the Health and Wellness Resource Center that's located there, which is a one-stop hub that connects students with on-campus as well as community resources. We also have a fitness center, which is free to students. And we also have intramural sports, which are held in our sports complex. So we also have the Kodiak Cave Food Resource Center, which is where students can get free groceries every week if needed. And we have the Center for Culture, Inclusion, and Community, which is an inclusive space for students, especially marginalized students, to reach out to. And I'll mention this super briefly, but we do have something called the College Goal Cascadia, which is an admission support program that we host each year. We're planning on doing a one-stop event in May. So if you wanted to check that out, find out more information, you can go to cascadia.edu/collegegoal. And so really quick, I wanted to mention CTC Link, which is our student service portal. So it's fairly new, and this is just where you can get connected access to pretty much everything. So registration, scheduling appointments, tuition payment, checking your grades, everything lives right here on CTC Link. And then also most classes are currently online due to COVID, but we do offer a few in-person classes right now for certain labs. We have worked with the state guidelines and are leading with safety as our forefront. But we've also been working on a re-entry plan for when we get back to campus in the future. And we plan to have more in-person classes options for fall. So yeah. And then please feel free to visit with us online. We're not doing in-person tours at the moment, but yeah, after this, you could email us with any questions, which is outreach@cascadia.edu. You could check out our tour video. You can meet with us on our Zoom hours. So yeah, this is the team, and please reach out with any questions. Again, our email is outreach@cascadia.edu. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. If you have any quick questions, I would recommend, since we're at the end of the session, to go ahead and please get some contact information down in that chat so that you can follow up with these representatives, because we are heading towards the end here. I'd love if my panelists and presenters could join me in video. That would be awesome. Hello, hello, everybody. All right, so we're at the end of the session. I just want to thank you all so much for being here and presenting on your amazing institutions. And also attendees, thank you for being here. Once again, this is an appetizer, so you want to do a deeper dive into these institutions if you're interested in them, and go ahead and check them out. Couple things before I let you go here. After you close this window, a very quick 4-question survey will appear. So go ahead and give us some feedback. We really do appreciate it. Also, sign up for more sessions. There are more college presentations happening within the next 2 time slots, so go ahead and sign up for those. And last but certainly not least, again, if you'd like to relive the fun, all of these sessions are being recorded and they'll be available within the next few business days in the link that you see on your screen now. With that said, thank you all so much, and I hope you have a great day. Bye, everybody.